Alright, so we're live now. Hi, Internet.
Hi,
So,
Internet.
so we've got a smaller number this time, but yeah, welcome
We're
to
here.
Casual Lore Chat number 22. If 11 isn't an elegant number, what does that make 22?
Glorious.
Yeah, that was a sermon's joke. So.
I'm pretty sure the audience gets it.
Yeah. What are we talking about? I mean, a minute ago I was talking about my Elder Scrolls D&D game, but I don't know that we're gonna want to continue talking about that.
Has Tiffany been here before? I don't remember her.
What's that? Yeah, Tiffany's been here. Loads.
Yeah, a couple times.
Yeah.
I probably forgot. Sorry.
Yeah, we
It's
go
okay.
we go way back. The way back machine.
Way back machine.
Yeah. So I think, Daniel, you made it sound like you had some questions that you wanted to ask and generate some discussion. Do you have any of those that you want to shoot at us?
Yeah. I had some. What does anyone have any thoughts on what the implications of a broken dragon claw would be? Like the little key locks you find in Skyrim. Can they break? What would happen if they break? What do you think that would imply magically?
Robin,
do I?
You probably just would be able to get to the treasure.
Yeah, I mean, I'll repeat what I said earlier. That was that. Well, my first answer is that, well, yeah, you wouldn't be able to open the lock because it's broken. It's like trying to open a locked door with a key that's broken in half. Like it's not gonna work. But then we got into what kinds of magics are included in those doors with the 3 tumbler locks. I mean, what other things are going on behind the scenes that we don't necessarily get to see? I mean, obviously, this dragon priest magic is pretty strong. If you look at the Draugr, because the Draugr aren't actually dead. They're not undead. I think we talked about that a couple casts ago. They're still alive, and they're just kind of in this state of some kind of preservation.
Hibernation.
It's like a soul tether almost.
Yeah,
I think they believe they're in Sovngarde.
What?
Well,
No, they sign an kind of like informally sign an oath to serve whoever their dragon priest is.
Yeah,
and it's like a suspended animation almost.
Yeah, which is interesting, and that's one of those things that actually kind of. I always say that the Nords are. Everyone notices the Viking aesthetic immediately.
That's very apparent.
But there's also Egyptian, and this is one that catches a lot of people off guard.
Yeah, the dragon priests are very Egyptian. Good point.
Oh yeah. So
it's not just there's a lot of weird stuff about the Nords that people don't realize.
Yeah.
Wasabi, anyone?
What's that?
Wasabi?
Wasabi? Oh yeah. Yep. They it's from the 7 Fights of Aldudaga, the Nords.
And some other sermons.
Yeah. It was mentioned in something with Akavir, I think that the Sacy. But I think initially the Nords would use they'd put wasabi on the edges of their shields to help combat the effects of the sky whales, who, according to Kirkbride, literally spouted cocaine.
Joy snow
bear powder.
Joy snow is what was good.
That's right. Yep.
And so you breathe in it, you're snorting cocaine, and so the only way to like break yourself out of the high is to have some wasabi and just
sneeze it out.
Yeah.
This is what the 500 Companions text actually mentions a woman who used wasabi as eyeliner.
Oh God!
That's awesome.
She can't be healthy.
That's
metal.
not good.
That's metal.
Girl, that's not okay. That is not okay.
That's a berserker if I ever saw one.
Oh yeah.
She's going
yeah.
blind.
So anyway, the parallel I was trying to make here was that
That is a
Wait.
What's that, Tiffany?
Okay. So is that sort of an allusion to, the eating of like Amanita muscaria mushrooms in certain Nordic and Siberian cultures?
Could be.
Could be.
I love my mushrooms. So
yeah.
I'm all about that. You go. I'm with you.
I'm of the mind. And that may very well tie into that very nicely. But I'm of the mind that every culture in the Elder Scrolls is an amalgam of multiple real world influences.
For
sure.
Well, it would have to be because we're in the real world.
Yeah, lots of Hindu stuff too.
Yeah, that's just what comes to mind immediately when hearing that is, wait, I know this story.
Yeah, but the reason I brought up Egypt specifically was to make a parallel between the Draugr and the conscripted workers who built the pyramids. And because contrary to popular belief, there was no slavery at any point in Egypt. There may have been servitude.
It's not the way we have slavery. It was a different
there was chattel slavery.
Yeah, there was no chattel slavery. But the people who
just psychic.
The people who built the pyramids, the workers, we have the Egyptians wrote stuff down. They had records, and so we can refer to those. And so we know that these workers that they signed up for pay so they could feed their families, and then they'd work for like 9 hour days helping to build pyramids. And so it's this massive human undertaking, which makes the pyramids that much more impressive. And so I kind of connect that to the Draugr. These Draugr are signing up to this is a bit more dire, but they're signing up to be buried with their liege lord, as it were, to help.
Maybe they helped build the temples and fortresses that are now ruins.
Oh yeah, could be.
Most likely.
That'd be really dope. And so, they've been conscripted to help protect their lord or whatever, which combined with the wasabi stuff, like that's also really Japanese too. If there's one scene that comes to mind in The Last Samurai, which I know it's a historical fiction, but the portrayal, the portrayal of Japanese culture was actually really, really spot on. And so. When the lesser samurai come to protect what's the samurai's name? Kagawa, maybe?
I have no idea.
I don't remember, but he's all of his warriors, they like huddle together to protect him from the ninjas who showed up with their crossbows. And so they say, protect protect our lord, and so they're trying to protect that. So that's kind of another parallel you could make. But anyway, going back to the Dragon Claw. Because of all that magic that's there, keeping these Draugr alive. Who knows what's going on? What else is going on with that lock? You might be able to figure out the combination, but why is it that you need the claw and you couldn't just take your fingers and go boop? Why would there
was there a word? Was there a word wall in the Emerald Dragon dungeon?
I don't know. Let's see. Emerald Dragon Claw Skyrim. Let's see which one that connects to. Let's see, and of course I use the Wikia. Let's see. Emerald Dragon Claw. It's reach water. Closest location.
We shilling the wiki here.
Yeah, I'm a fan of the wiki.
Same.
I love the wiki.
Let's see. Reachwater Rock is a cave. Blah blah blah. I want to know where you can use it though.
We're discussing the Emerald Claw specifically because I
Yeah.
ordered one in the mail and it
Yeah.
came broken, and I want to know how to incorporate that with my characters.
Oh, okay. So Reachwater Rock is the
Mythically speaking.
let's see. Third wall. It's possible to reach a cliffside cheat using one word of Whirlwind Sprint. No, that's not. Okay, let's try UESP.
UESP.
Beachwater Rock. That's what we want because that may tell us if there's a. Yeah, so a lot of the same information. I say door opens to top flat stairs. Bench and left burial urn. It does not look like. Yeah, that's where you get the Galder amulet. So no.
Okay.
Yeah, this is where you combine it. During the reliquary behind this is a ninth sarcophagus, which contain the remains of Archmage Galder. Once you've completed the quest, make sure you search his remains for a large amount of septums. Are they septums though in the Mead Dynasty?
Probably. Wasn't it Drake's?
Because of Nocturnal.
It's been
In the
200
Mead
years.
Dynasty.
Yeah.
I think they were Drake's.
Yeah, Drake's.
Well, they're called
That was
gold.
free.
They're called gold. That's the title in the game.
I
Gold.
should look into the Greg Key novels. Maybe they.
Oh yeah,
Fade
yeah.
up.
That might be because I figure that the septums. I mean, unless you're trying to honor Martin Septim.
Yeah, Martin is very much remembered as a hero and a savior.
Because supposedly
Those books.
Ooh, hey, this is because on the front of the coin, it's got the face of Tiber Septim. That was
Makes sense.
So that's the septums, especially during the third era. Like that's if you ever got the collector's edition of Oblivion when it came out and it came with the replica coin, it's on there. And so in Skyrim, it's the same coin, coin. And so I can't help but wonder why would the Mead Dynasty continue? Well, I suppose it may have been an economic decision because you would have to circulate all the, bring back all the coins, remint them, which costs money. You got to pay the workers and whatever else. So it may have been a political decision to just keep them the way they are, and then just roll with it using last era's currency.
Tiber Septim looks like MK.
He does a little bit, doesn't he?
Those coins.
Yeah, no, that's a good observation. I wonder what he said.
There's a comparison pic somewhere. I gotta find it.
Yeah. I should ask him about that. I should be like, hey, is that your face on the gold in Elder Scrolls? He'd say no, but he might laugh. He's actually a really funny guy.
He is.
Yeah. Although honestly, Lawrence Schick is also really funny.
Oh yeah.
Dude's a riot. Holy crap.
They're good people.
So anyway, back to the claw. No, there is no word wall there. But we were kind of talking about how there may be some other magical force holding the door shut. So even if you get the combination right and you kind of twist the rock bit with your hands or whatever, it still won't open because of this magic holding it shut. And so if I thought that maybe, okay, if the claw breaks, maybe it's either it was an intentional thing because we don't want this to be opened ever for whatever reason. Maybe there's something really terrible. You've got Cthulhu locked up back there or something. So we need to just lock it away and throw away the key. So we're just gonna break the key. Now you've broken the magical key. You can't open the magical barrier now. It's not getting out. Or we talked about whether if there was a dragon inside and the dragon died or something like that. But I mean, I don't think there's ever been a dragon actually behind one of those doors. It's always been dragon priests.
What if it's a sign of a giant kelpa?
Oh yeah. The dragon priests are scary.
Would it be possible to make like a replica though? Because some of them are ivory, some are ruby, but the whole claw itself is like mechanical, right?
I would say that Yagrum Bagarn could probably do it.
You would just infuse it with like enchanted gems of that kind with the bright spell work, and you could make another one.
And I imagine there's probably like some sigildry or something involved there. It's specific runes that work a specific way. And so, I mean, I think Yagrum Bagarn could probably replicate it. But, maybe on a good day, Deveth Fear or some other high Telvanni.
Like Neloth?
Neloth is not that great. Neloth talks a big game.
I have higher opinions of Master Arian, but he might be dead. Yeah, he might be dead. And then Thorana's crazy. Gothran's a piece of shit. Who else is there? Is that it?
Maybe.
Arian, Gothran, Neloth. I mean, Baladas Demnavani, I guess.
Baladas is really intelligent.
Yeah, he's a smart guy. He's smart because he wanted to stay away from Telvanni, and they had to like convince him. Anyway, so yeah, I mean, I don't know that there would be anything mythological, being implied in the breaking of one of those claws, but because at the end of the day, it's just a key. And maybe if all of them broke simultaneously, okay, that might mean
interesting.
Something. That may mean something, but
what
if
it's just one broken.
What's that?
What if they can't be broken?
That would make a lot of sense. Because I mean, if they are indeed magical, then I like to think that a magical item is practically indestructible, with some caveats. I mean,
depends.
Indestructible.
That's relative.
Yeah, I mean, if you used a high level spell or something to shatter it, then maybe hey, well that would work. Mordenkainen's disjunction. D&D joke. I just got beer on my nose.
Oh yeah, no. What you're drinking today? Just beer?
So this is a Scotch ale. It's called Fat Woody.
Fat Woody.
Fat Woody. It is a barrel-aged Scotch ale out of Bremerton, Washington. This is Silver City Brewery. Fat Woody is a limited batch of our renowned fat Scotch ale aged on American white oak. The bold, smoky malt profile of the ale intertwines with the smooth, vanilla-like character of the wood for next-level incredibleness. I don't think incredibleness is a word, but I'll let it slide. Some smoky cheese would go really well with this. Speaking of, I think I have some. So I don't know if that answers all the questions for the claw. If we want to move on to another
I feel satisfied.
Okay. But what else? What else do you want to talk about? I'm open to just.
Did you guys read Lady Nerevar's post on Teslar?
Oh, of course I did.
Yes.
What kind of moderator would that be if I didn't read that?
Yeah, I know you read it because you posted a comment there.
Yep.
I
Nice smoky Gouda.
How do you feel about it? The post.
think it's really interesting. I probably said this 1,000 times already, but being a new fan to Elder Scrolls lore and trying to get into the community is kind of like being an archaeologist sometimes.
Yeah, I saw your post.
You have to dig through really old stuff sometimes.
No. And you really got to know how to properly search the internet, too.
Yeah. I actually improved my searching skills but because of Elder Scrolls.
Yeah. You know, if you put a phrase in quotes, Google will search for that phrase specifically. Use a tilde. If you use a tilde before a word, it'll search for synonyms as well. If you use a minus before a word, it'll omit that word from the search.
Yeah, I learned all of that because of Elder Scrolls.
Those are really, really useful little Google shortcuts. So if you're ever searching for something specific in the lore, and maybe you're not sure, what was this article called? What was this in the forums? I don't know. But then using those may help you kind of refine your search, by omitting stuff that you don't want. So that's always handy. I think there are other shortcuts too, like with brackets or something. I don't know. I'd have to go look. I never used that. So, but for those who aren't aware, the Lady Nerevar posted on Test Lore today on the subreddit, and she basically said that canon is a dubious subject, partially because of the fact that not all sources are actually documented. Specifically when it comes to like ESO, for example. There's so much dialogue and quest objectives and item descriptions. There's so much content that we just haven't bothered to write down. And so, when later devs may go to look at it, it won't be there. So there's no continuity with that. And so, I mean, I don't know that it was a criticism or rather just a pointing out, hey, this is how. Yeah.
Honestly, it sounds like she's saying, "Get to work, guys." Start writing it down.
In a very Azora-esque way.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it does kind of sound like she's trying to get more activity on the wikis, which
yeah,
I'm all for. Great.
Everybody should get involved.
It was very motivating, honestly.
Yeah. And
what happened? Because at one day it was like, don't trust the wiki, they just copy everything from the games, use UESP. And then the next day it's like, UESP sucks, follow the wiki.
I began to point it out to some people. Actually, it wasn't just me.
You changed all that yourself?
No, I'm overselling myself, but I noticed that I began to point it out to some people in Discords. Like, whenever I brought it up some months ago, people were like, really, the wiki? But nowadays it seems that, people are believing it more.
Well, now bear in mind, I mean, this is really a cultural paradigm shift that we're in the middle of here. Now, if you go to the Tesla subreddit in the FAQ and everything, it still says, do not trust the Wikia. I'm trying to get the other mods to agree that maybe we should change the language a little bit, because the Wikia is not bad. It used to be bad. Oh, absolutely. It was
awful.
It was inaccurate and did not display things well. But
did not have sources.
In the last couple of years, though, they've really stepped up their game and they've really come into their own. And so, to give...
I've always just used UESP.
Yeah, to discredit the Wikia is really to do yourself a disservice, because you're limiting yourself by the amount of sources that you use. And a lot of stuff go ahead.
And it not just that, but it's it's a culture clash between it and USP.
Yeah.
USP has
For
become
sure.
very adamant against out-of-game sources,
Mm-hmm.
like ridiculously so.
Which is part of the reason that I don't trust them a whole lot, because
Like even if it's something Michael Kirkbride said back when he was working on Bethesda, they don't like to use it. They say it doesn't count.
yeah. Whereas, and I've talked to the main administrator of the wiki,
They're all
and
dicks.
Not
all of them, but a lot of them are.
The UESP, I'm not incredibly, their team I'm not incredibly fond of. But I'm gonna drop that where it's at. But
yeah, that's
meanwhile,
I've talked to the admin of the Wikia,
and he's an awesome guy.
Yeah, seems really nice. He's in our Discord server, and he hangs out and he's talkative, it seems to me he really cares about what he's doing.
He does.
He's the way that they approach non-Bethesda sources is, I think, more refreshing. It's they add a disclaimer: hey, this is not licensed by Bethesda. We are including it here for completeness sake. I love it. It's great. Whereas USP will say this is not official.
Canon.
This is not
may
canon.
not reflect.
But yeah, you can't even search certain topics on the UESP anymore because it's just completely removed from it.
Yeah.
Like all the newer
it gets to the point.
They totally got rid of because it's not in the games. So
have you seen their MagnaGeek page on USP?
I've not.
Before ESO, it used to refer to a lot of out-of-game sources because it was besides a brief mention in Mankar Cameron's commentaries. It was the only places where the term came from. But after ESO started mentioning them as well, they completely removed all out-of-game sources. They said, we don't need that anymore. Wow. They took it out.
Yeah, see, and that's really where they started. Let's see. I'm trying to figure out how many words there are. Oh, come on. There we go. Let's see. Tools, word count. The MagnaGeek page is 188 words. That's like three tweets worth of information.
Open the history of the page and you see the moment where some guy removed it. Like half the page.
Let me see at the top.
Let's see. -7. Oh yeah. OOG sources unneeded is in-game actual verifiable canon information has not been provided. Jancy can eat my dick.
Another bizarre example is that the more ESO uses Tower Lore, the less they seem to refer to Numantia Intercept in articles.
Yeah. Which, I
For
mean,
example,
it tells me that they're prioritizing what's in the game, which, I mean, I kind of get, but at the same time, why not just source both?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't have to delete stuff. You just leave it there and then you add the new source. Like,
yeah, it reinforces what's in game.
And they're kind of shitting on Schick with doing that after he was lore master for so long, and he's like, the lore is yours. Do what you want with it. And
I saw the UESP Discord when that happened, and they freaked out. They're like, oh, well, it doesn't count because he doesn't work there anymore. Well, he said that when he was still an employee. So
yeah, that was a goodbye letter.
There was literally, you guys saw the live stream with Turtle, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
At one point, Turtle says that they try to keep the lore mostly in-house.
Yeah. Yeah. And they jumped all over that too.
Yeah.
They were like, haha, out of game, not canon. Confirmed.
No.
Kind of amazing. The lack of self-awareness.
It just means they don't have other people outside ZeniMax writing things. You can write things, and they may refer to it. I'm like 60% sure that they've referenced Sloda at some point.
They reference shit from Return False in ESO.
Oh yeah, well, and in Merkmeyer they reference the Aldudaga.
They also reference Moth Ships, which is again Return False.
Also, Icefire Warden is like 100% sure that he is the Warden character. Here, no, hold on, check it out. I didn't got the pop figure. Icefire Warden, LJ, great guy.
Nice.
You think that's why the name is Warden?
Yeah. Oh, maybe, I don't know. He brought that up. He's like that's because he even had a mohawk at one point, and he says, "Well, they obviously
they love to reference his stuff."
Yeah,
there's a lot of, and it's not even just stuff he himself snuck up with interviews. There's shit in game that references Utak Mythos.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like item descriptions and shit.
Yep. I like seeing that kind of stuff.
Also, I remember I mentioned Kirk. The coin looks like Kirkbride.
Yeah.
I'm going to post a link on the chat.
Let's see it.
Done.
And then I'm gonna share my screen here. That's what I'm gonna do. Oops,
Do it.
Yeah. Sure. There we go. That's the image right there. That's
wow.
Beautiful.
And that's clearly Tiber Septim from the coin. Let's see. Can I?
That's
that's Tiber Septim from the coin.
Do I still have that up? Okay, I do.
That's pretty good.
This is totally. There's no way this is the.
That's
hilarious.
hilarious.
There's that. And let's take that out. Let's put that up on the side. So there we go.
I love it.
Yeah, that's fucking MK. That's funny. Let's get a little more. I should probably turn on a lamp or something. It's spring, so it's starting to get dark now. Fucking eating this cheese like some kind of barbarian.
Huh.
I don't have crackers or anything to go with this. I don't care. There. What else? Tiffany. Tiffany,
What?
You want to ask something? You want to discuss something?
Good freaking question. Let me take a look. On the spot again. I've done this before.
Oh, yeah.
Let me take a look. I'm sure I can find something.
All right. I dig the notebook. That's it.
I'm a wicked nerd.
Notes
I can't help
important.
it. Props. Notes are super important, but they're like
take notes.
They're 90% like puff thoughts, where I'm like, oh wait, what about this?
Yeah, no, that's good. You'll be a Lord Beard in no time at all.
I like the phrasing puff thoughts. That's nice.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna use that.
It's subtle, right?
Puff thoughts.
There. I have a bunch of different...
I like looking through all of these. I've got like all of this stuff like crossed out, like notes over notes. Like, okay, I figured that out. So now I've got to find something that's not. Let's see.
Here's another funny thing.
We already talked about that.
Here's another funny
Viking dude.
Yeah, well, it's the Nord from ESO.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know that.
I already showed the Warden. Here's Naryu.
Naryu's the best.
Oh yeah, Naryu's great.
Mm-hmm.
She's even got her Morag Tong daggers.
Deadly.
Speaking of shit like that, reminds me. I'm saying it now.
Bless.
Yeah.
Bless Lord.
Or is it right here? That's him, right there. You can see the resemblance. And then I also got this guy.
Oh,
So
who's that?
let's see if I can.
Colossus.
A Dwarven Colossus.
Oh,
I don't know why I haven't taken him out of the box yet. I don't know that I'm
do
going
not
to.
take him out of the box.
Yeah.
I love that
Unless you
ESO
wanna
introduced
summon him.
laser cannon arms for Dwemer stuff.
Which that is
Laser? Can you go into more detail on that?
Look up Dwarven Arquebus. Also
Not just that. If you play
that.
Wrathstone, there's a giant mech that shoots laser out of an arm cannon.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
I haven't
Wow.
played it yet.
Yeah. The Train
I
Wiz
have
was a
not
cool
played
guy.
it yet either.
We had Train Wiz for the Dwemer Selectives Lorecast a few months ago. That was cool. It was cool to hang out with him.
I'm going to share another stuff.
Yeah.
It's just a funny observation.
Well, let's hear it. An observation.
Let's share that. Let's share that one too, because that's funny. There we go. Yeah. So, from Skyrim to Morrowind and everything in between. So, High Rock and Hammerfell and Cyrodiil and elsewhere in Black Marsh and Valenwood and Somerset. I don't give a fuck.
ESO had very bad marketing at first.
What's this left one from?
It's like a marketing shit from 2013.
Oh man, that was probably before they had Schick on board.
No, she was there, but
was he?
they had a very shoddy start.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's yikes.
There used to be a Q&A on the Elder Scrolls Online site and asked, which previous Elder Scrolls game was your favorite? And you could only select Morrowind, Oblivion, or Skyrim.
Well, at least mine's there.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I mean, mine's there too. So.
Mine's there.
Actually.
Classic.
I'm one of the very, very few people who has Oblivion as their favorite.
Oblivion was the first
favorite.
game I played.
Same.
Oblivion's the beautiful one.
It's a therapeutic game. It has the best soundtrack, in my opinion.
And it has all the best quest lines, too. They're not just like filler fetch quests. That's like actual storylines for each guild, and the main quest is like the best in all the games.
I disagree, but it's good.
I'm looking on Google Maps right now to see if there's a city anywhere called Yikes.
Yikes.
Yeah.
The Yikes.
There is no city on planet Earth called Yikes. If I ever found a city, that's what I'm gonna call it.
Let's find one. Let's found one.
Just say, yeah, I'm from Yikes, and then everyone knows. Well, there's only one Yikes.
Say it's from like Pennsylvania. People will believe you.
I'm from Yikes, Pennsylvania.
Yeah, this sounds like a Pennsylvania name.
PA.
Yeah, there's some interesting PA
There's
names.
a town called Twat.
Twat?
Yeah.
In Pennsylvania?
In Orkney Islands in Scotland.
Oh.
Nice.
That sounds about right.
I found a really bad map one time. It was like all the dirty sounding city names in every state in the US. And
there's a town in Austria literally called fucking.
Yeah, I did know that.
Yep.
Fucking Austria.
They would.
I think the coolest thing we have in the States is Hell, Michigan, or whatever.
Yep. Hell freezes over all the time.
There's a city in California called Rough and Ready. There's
Rough and ready.
Hooker, Oklahoma. Spread Eagle,
Did you-
Wisconsin. Tight Squeeze, Virginia. Intercourse, Pennsylvania.
Yeah, that's the big one.
Reamstown, Pennsylvania.
There's
Oh,
a
boy.
hotel in Turkey
Intercourse.
there's a hotel in Turkey that stole the Iskarian statue of Azura.
Oh, I've seen that. I really need to go to that hotel.
Horny
feel
Town,
like it's-
North Carolina. The
Big
Cumming, Georgia.
golden.
Climax, Michigan.
Isn't it called the Azora Hotel also?
Yeah, and the symbol is literally a
Azora
a
statue.
star.
Yeah, here we
Yeah,
go. In my home state, in Washington, hump tulips. I don't know where Hump Tulips, Washington is. Let's find out. Because I'm curious. I want to go on a road trip. Okay, so it must be on the West Coast. Let's see. Anyway, so lore.
Lore.
Did you find any good
Lore.
questions, Tiffany?
Okay, well, I've got two possible topics of conversation. Maybe not so much questions.
All right.
Okay.
I'm super intrigued by, I mean, obviously, Vivek, without even elaborating, but Vivek is a young, like, vagrant sex worker.
Yeah.
And how those tendencies carry on even past, achieving Kim and all of that. It's just essentially
still
him
got a
pouring
body.
himself out.
the
Piece by
mortal god
piece.
dichotomy between Vivek is fascinating.
I love it. Yeah.
Vivek's the best character. Let's gush about Vivek for the rest of the
Yeah.
cast.
Yes.
Ah,
I mean, you can talk about loads if you want.
Oh, there's a lot. Yeah.
Slodes.
oh yeah. There's Slowed is
What do you
all
want
right.
to know about Slodes?
I don't.
You don't.
There's no, but
They're
have you read?
sons of bitches.
Tiffany, have you read What My Beloved Taught Me?
I have to look and see. Let's take a look.
It's the
I'm looking it up on the Imperial Library.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, I've definitely read that. In fact, a lot of these notes are based on that. Like, I read it through the first time really quick, not like just to speed read it. Let's see, the first one. In love with Nerevar, unrequited
Yes.
/ jilted. He's a little spiteful. He's a little bit of a spiteful bitch.
If there are funny moments in the 36 lessons
hmm
that if you read with that observation,
Yeah. Oh, for
it's
sure.
the 36 lessons are Vivek's self-insert fanfic, where
Mhm.
Nerevar likes him more.
Yeah, exactly. And then I had the thought in there, is his respect for Cyrus as a result of seeing a parallel between him, where's the money in that? And he's like, okay, I'm a hustler. I know what that's like.
It's because Cyrus is a thief, and
Yeah,
Vivek
he likes
adores
thieves.
thieves. He
Yeah,
actually says,
exactly.
I adore thieves. So,
Because
Mhm.
he is one.
They're very wise.
Yep, exactly.
Noble.
This
What
is so
else
funny
is
reading
there?
back on this.
Useful.
Vivek isn't his real name. We don't know.
Probably not.
Vivek's
A
original name.
non-chimer. A non-chimer.
It's the name he gave himself, at least.
Yeah,
We
he
can,
He
we
took
can
took
do that
from
much.
He took Vela, the sigil of Vel, wore it twice.
That's good.
Also, he has a Netty herding hook.
Yeah, I love that the Netchman's hook, and he makes his spear from that. I have a really
What is
really
that?
crappily drawn picture with that. I'm not good at art at all, but I definitely
What is
drew
that?
something based on
Did
that.
you ask what is that, Daniel?
Yeah, I have no clue what that is. I'm not too familiar with Morrowind.
His
Like, I played
mother
it a
was a
little bit.
netch herder.
Yeah, you know Netch herding?
Yeah.
They do it with hooks and nets. And Vivek when he was a prostitute, lived on the street, his weapon was a net herding hook.
Yeah, and he built that
sickle
out of necessity.
Yeah, and he says that to Nerevar that he'll make a legend out of it.
Huh.
So that's where his spear comes from.
He has a hook on his spear?
Its name is Milk Taker. Guess what it represents?
It represents the I know a way to explain this. That's not that's something I should write for Telmora, actually.
Yeah.
An opinion piece.
Do it.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Do it. Oh shit.
Enough with the Muatra already. That's going to be the title.
No, more Muatra all the time. Isn't that the whole moral of the story? so many things.
No, but for seriously.
Yeah.
It represents the dichotomy between sex and violence, birth and death.
Vivek is all of duplicity and duality.
I got a piece you should read, Matt. It's
You're writing about duality, right?
I am. That's not where I'm going though. For the relationship between violence and sex, read James Baldwin's "Going to Meet the Man." It is very, very racially violent, but it is a fantastic piece of literature.
Never heard of it.
It's an American lit piece. Actually, I took this American literature class, and in this class, it was actually a survey class. So we must have read 30 different pieces, and so every one of us was expected to take a piece and then give a presentation based on it. And he told us when we approached this piece, he said, "Okay, this is a very difficult read. It's very difficult because of the violence, of the sexual stuff, and the racial issues." And I was like, "Okay, that's mine," and I kicked the shit out of it. And so I gave my presentation, and
nice.
yeah, it's a fantastic piece of literature.
I'd like to read it.
Yeah, "Going to Meet the Man" is what it's called by James Baldwin.
Going to Meet the Man.
Going to Meet the Man. It's about this guy. He's a sheriff in like Texas or Alabama or something, and he's trying to get it on with his wife, but he can't get his engine revving. He starts to kind of have flashbacks to times in his life where he was able to exert his power. And first he thinks about a time where his power just wasn't enough, and then a lot of it is because he's a sheriff in the southern town. A lot of it is he's beating the shit out of black people, and so once he finally gets to that point where he feels powerful enough, he's able to fuck his wife, and so
what a guy.
Yeah, and so it creates a relationship between violence and sex. And so it's really interesting to see it that way. I compared that to the event, the death of Emmett Till, which was something that happened in Alabama, or wasn't? No, it was Mississippi. It was after this, well after the Civil War. This is just before the Civil Rights Movement in the late 50s, mid 60s. This 14-year-old boy who lived in Chicago, he went to go visit his family's farm in Mississippi, and he was in a grocery store or something. A woman said, "Oh, he whistled at me," and so the woman's wife the woman's husband and brother kidnapped him in the night, took him to a shed, beat him to death. They stuffed things in his butt. They choked him. They drowned him. They did all kinds of stuff to this poor kid, and then they threw his body in the river. And initially, the trial was thrown, they were acquitted of all charges, because there was not enough proof that that was the actual body of Emmett Till. And the judge and the jury, they were all Southern white folks. And
they'll get their own soon.
Yeah. So the gal recently, within the last few years, I think she admitted, yeah, I made it all up.
Yeah, she recanted.
Yeah, he never actually whistled to me. So that it's that event that really sparked like Rosa Parks on the bus, which in turn led to the Freedom Riders and Martin Luther King, and so that's really the birth of the civil rights movement in the United States. So really fascinating subject. I've studied it a lot, and it's one of my favorite parts of American history. Anyway, enough talking about my history degree.
Tiffany,
Yes.
you were talking about Mortal Vivek before. There's actually an artwork of Vivek on the streets from Coda. I'm going to post it.
I'm sure I've definitely posted it. I've read through Coda a couple of times. I just did so the other day again.
Oh, yeah.
Vivek
once in a while need a refresher.
.dnej. I just posted there.
Okay.
That's a Mikhail Pabor or Misha Pabor. Excuse me.
Yeah, but he drew it for Coda. You can find it on the site actually.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and Misha Pabor is super cool. She's
he has an artwork of.
I'm fairly sure Misha is MTF trans.
Huh.
But okay. I don't have confirmation on that.
Oh.
They have an artwork on.
Well, I don't. I mean, I'm sorry to say it like this, but I fail to see the relevance. I mean,
No, because I'm for the sake of knowing how to address Misha.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
pronouns very important. I don't mean to diminish anybody's identity or anything.
No,
totally, I'm with you on that.
I was trying to.
I'm sorry.
I agree. Yes.
So I said, her art is
sometimes a sensitive subject.
She's super cool. Yeah. So I mean, that's why I brought that up. I wasn't sure.
Okay. Yeah.
I haven't gotten the confirmation from Misha at all. Which it's not my business, so I don't need one.
Can I
continue? Yeah.
I actually was looking this. Searching for this picture reminded me of what I think is the best way to compare TestWiki and USP. Their pages for Vivek. The difference is astounding.
That's gonna I'm gonna be mad if I look at that.
I posted the USP page. You go on that link. I posted the USP page, and below that, I'm going to post the wiki page. Look at the difference.
Oh man. Oh. That's night and day.
The wiki one has stuff from the trial, from out of game sources, from Coda, from Sermon Zero.
Yeah, I've said it once and I'll say it again. Vivek is the most developed character in literature. No, I'm in literature in its entirety. There is no character.
That's hyperbolic, but let's say modern fantasy literature. I agree.
Yeah, I mean, I can't think of a single character that really has the depth that Vivek has.
There is a quote from Michael Kurt where he says that Vivek is the best written character in all video games.
I would say that's pretty undisputed.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, he wrote himself.
He knows he's in a game.
Of course, he's gonna have the best story.
Well, not to mention, I mean, you've got the stuff on the street. You've got the dualities with mortal and divinity. Or
dualities with everything.
Yeah, Vivek is fascinating. Oh, this artwork's cool. Is this Legends art? Under on UESP, the right under the Golden Age of the Tribunal, there's art with all three of the tribunals.
Yeah, that's from Legends. That's a really good art piece.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Legends has some really good artwork.
Oh, is that the picture where they made the meme "kill your best friend and lie about it"? The card.
I just know it uses the presentations of each triune from ESO and puts them all together. I think that's awesome because we never see the tribunal all together in ESO.
Oh no!
I mean, maybe we'll see at some point.
The closest you get is when you're cleansing Almalexia's temple.
Yeah.
And you've got to go through the trials, and you get the whatever you call them.
Yeah. Tiber Septim even looks like MK in Redguard too.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
That's a very constant look for Tiber Septim. The short hair, the goatee. Also on the left there on that picture, that's during Arctos.
Oh, on the left there?
Yeah.
Huh. Oh, that's Rickton.
On the right, yeah.
On the right, yeah.
Right.
There.
Huh. Interesting. Foul Murder is one of my favorite pieces.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Foul Murder is great. I never noticed until recently the fourth figure that's laying down on the bottom. It's supposed to be Dagoth.
Dagoth, yeah. Vorin. Yep. I've got to reread that. Tie that into all of this.
I should learn.
I love
more.
the picture of Vivek celebrating his birthday.
Okay.
On like a giant Silt Strider.
Yeah, that's a cool piece. I've used that before. I like how Vivek is like huge.
Giant form.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Karstag form,
and he's just jubilant too.
Yeah,
I mean,
happy.
He like totally like carefree, and you'd never see him like that.
I mean, yeah, so Vivek is kind of like that when he's not dying.
Yeah, but he's still like, right? He's still pensive though, and like in his own head. I mean, that's the way I saw it. That's my interpretation of it.
I agree. He's not happy-go-lucky because that's not his personality. But in Morrowind, he's outright melancholic.
Oh yeah, fatalistic. So
then you go to ESO and he's like, "Comfort, mortal, gaze in the presence of a god," and then he starts quoting himself.
Yeah, it's wicked campy. It's super, super camp. I mean, that's half the reason I love Vivek.
I do like how in the Wikia there's a picture at the bottom, Vivek in female form, and it
censor it, right?
It censors out nipples and vulva.
Because that's because the fandom is really stitchy about that.
That makes more sense. Yeah.
Because I mean, have you seen on Facebook where it's like, here, let's blur everything except the nipples? It's like, how do you know? Is it a man? Is it a woman? Like, what are you gonna do?
I made a meme, and it's a shit post of the Mighty Boosh, and it's just like in a the confuser. Vivek is the confuser. Okay. I'm gonna post that. I'll post that in the group.
The Mighty Boosh is so British in the most like high way. It's like British but on drugs. It's so great.
Yeah. It's very like absurdist.
Yeah. Old Greg is no, the Spirit of Jazz. Spirit of Jazz is my favorite.
Let's see if I can figure out how to
Spirit of Jazz, baby.
I'm looking at Legends art here. It has some really good stuff.
Sell me a soul.
Is it going to let me do this from my computer and my phone? Sorry.
Man, it's so sad that they stopped using custom backgrounds for Legends. Now it's all just a board.
Tiffany, you're here twice.
Oh no. Oh, this is terrible. Is that what it looks like right now?
It's
How do I get rid of
an
one?
adjacent
I
place.
just wanted to post my meme. I don't know how to use any of this stuff.
Dragon Break.
Oh, it's Tiffany and Tiffany. Two points of the 5-pointed star.
I'm posting it in the event. I am a Luddite.
That's a good word. Good word. I appreciate a wide vernacular.
Good word, yes. Card art.
I'm glad that's an asset.
Unused card art. There's a card for art. There's artwork for the Red Year in Legends.
Is there really?
Yes, there's a Red Year card, which like gives. Let me find it.
Oh, that's cool.
I'm trying to find it. Hold up.
I've got it here. I ate all my cheese, and it's gone now, and I'm sad. It really just looks like a blight storm, honestly.
Yeah, but it's not that. I mean, it's probably Mournhold.
Oh yeah, no, it's definitely Mournhold. Looking at the building up at the top left, that's all Noxious Palace.
Yeah, it wasn't that affected. But it has a card for the Orrery at first hold.
Ooh, I like how there's more art available rather than what's just on the card. DeviantArt and ArtStation are actually really good places to find stuff like that.
Oh, I love DeviantArt.
There's unused art as well.
There's what?
There's art that wasn't used.
Oh yeah.
In the actual game, but there's an artwork of Tiber stepping.
I thought you were talking about another website.
Oh, okay. I'm trying to find Emperor. Yeah, here he is. There's an artwork of Tiber Septon in the game files for Legends. This one.
Ooh. Oh, I will be back.
Fine. Be that way.
All right.
I will.
And once again, the same design.
Why am I getting? I look up Red here, and I'm getting like Marvel superhero action figures.
No idea.
And now I'm like looking at them all because some of them are kind of fucking cool. There's a Juggernaut figure. That's not bad. There's a Heart Boxer's Deadpool. Also, League of Legends art. Oh.
Elder Scrolls Legends shows a glimpse of what the Shivering Isles used to look like back when they were under Gigalag's control.
I should post that too in the chat.
I'm trying to find it.
So what else? Daniel, you got anything else?
I'm not sure.
Okay, so there's a painting in the White Gold Tower, like in the basement. I think you can see it in Oblivion when you're doing the ultimate heist.
Yeah.
And it was painted by Cherim, the Khajiit artist there.
Yeah.
What other items are down there that like have history on them?
Oh, I don't know. I'd have to like go in and.
Because the painting is of Morahos with the Alessian rebellion behind him, like charging at the city.
I don't know that painting.
Well, let's see what. Painting doesn't show up in UESP because of fucking course it doesn't. One time I did that quest and then I don't remember if I like took off the boots of Spring Heel Jack mid-fall or something, but I was able to save the boots, and then they made me like crazy jumpy. Yeah, I'm not sure. I last time I played all the way through Oblivion, I wasn't the Lord Beard I am now. So
Man, it's
I didn't
fucking weird.
pay attention.
When I played Oblivion and Skyrim, I wasn't either.
Yeah.
And now I look back on the games and there's so much stuff I didn't care about or I just ignored.
Yep, just rushed through.
Never read any books.
Yep.
Oh, I read books in in Morrowind, but
When you first played?
in Oblivion, I mean,
I read every lore book I can
I
find.
didn't really pay attention to this stuff.
I think if the game didn't have books like that, I wouldn't have gotten into it.
You know what I think I want Elder Scrolls Bethesda to do eventually?
What?
They should do a game like Dishonored, set in the Imperial City.
You mean like a quest line or a specific game mechanics?
A specific game, a stealth game set in the Imperial City. Only in the Imperial City, nowhere else. That way they could do the city justice in the game.
Oh, so you want like a realistic Imperial City?
Yeah, like an Assassin's Creed or Dishonored type of game.
Dude, that'd be pretty sweet.
That would be sick. Like full-size Imperial City. That'd be a big world too.
Yeah.
I would love that.
Could make a game, yeah, where you're an assassin and shit. That could work. Because you read the Imperial City from the lore and then you go and look at it into the games and it doesn't hold a candle to it. There's none of the weird shit, and
I like weird stuff though. Sometimes.
I mean, there's a garden with hedge artwork, with hedge sculptures of the emperors, and they talk.
They talk?
Yup, they're enchanted with magic from the.
I don't trust it. I don't trust it.
You don't believe
Imperial City. No, I believe it. I don't trust the magic of it. It's in the Imperial City right next to White Gold Tower, and it's forest magic that's like... Well, I mean, everything in the Imperial City just screams alien to me. And that's all necromancers. I don't trust necromancers.
There's also the Elder Council, which is fucking weird.
Yeah. You stole the scroll? Did you ever do that quest line in Oblivion? Where you steal the Elder Scroll?
Yeah, I did. It's probably the best quest in the game, honestly.
I'll hands down agree with that. Like, that's... I love it. Gray Fox. Good.
Anything else we want to talk about lore-wise? I mean, since there's only 5 of us, I mean, I don't feel bad ending the stream early, but if we got more to talk about, then, I mean, by all means.
I'm thinking.
Yeah, I don't want to be the only one who's...
I'm calling it now.
Yes.
Elsewhere is going to have references to the moon colonies.
Oh, yeah.
It better. Otherwise, I'm going to be very disappointed.
It will. I have no doubt in my mind about that.
And maybe if you're lucky, it will talk about the main moon a bit.
The what?
The
The
main.
main moon. The moon of
The
the
main moon.
Yep.
Okay.
MANE. The main.
The main, yeah.
The main is the.
What do you? Is there anything you want to? I've been doing some research in the main.
Oh, go on.
Well, I mean, just like, what are you interested in? I mean, to me, it's just another cat, kinda.
I mean, I like cats. Cats are cool.
I don't know, very chill. I imagine the mains.
I'm actually curious of how they're going to do the voice acting for the Alfix.
Hmm.
Well, that's gonna be funny.
I hope they go for like normal people voices. It's going to be hilarious.
That's interesting.
It's awesome. I
Dude,
hope that's what they do. You have like an Australian Alfie.
Yeah, I might.
That'd be so nice.
No.
Just talk, and then
More
someone talks, hey, you're
Morgan
hired.
Trail is Australia.
Another shrimp on the barbie.
Oh,
do any of y'all know Ajani from Magic the Gathering?
No.
Oh, I
Okay,
thought a Johnny, like from
yes.
Hey,
from the Dream Sleeve, because Johnny is usually here.
Oh, well, he's like, I use that character from that lore as what I picture the main would be like. He's like a warrior cat, Templar man thing.
the reason I mentioned the main is because there's a lot of weird lore on him. Mostly because of Return False.
I think it's mostly because it's written by like Skooma users.
Maybe the main is a moon, maybe he's a god, maybe it's just a title. What the fuck's going on?
Where would
And
the main manifest itself the most in Khajiit culture, you think?
Sorry, go say that again.
How do you think the sphere of the main influences Khajiit culture the most? Like, where is it focused on?
If the
Where is
main
that
is a
energy
god,
going to?
I see it more like the hunting for the Red Guards or Isbir for the Nords, a god that manifests through mortals only.
But specifically, like a warrior god.
Not just
Right.
a warrior, but a politician, a leader, a spiritual
Well, yeah.
leader.
Well, a good warrior should be all those things, truthfully.
Maybe.
Depends on their fight, I guess.
Someone's been studying the art of war.
I did read it years ago. Paris Hilton recommends it, so I had to read it. Yes.
It's funny because a lot of Return False and the second edition Pocket Guide was written by fans, but there's actually lore from it in ESO.
Oh.
Nice.
Icefire and Warden is going to do a in-character interview with Turtle.
Oh. Has that actually been confirmed? Did he?
Yeah, he said that on the Discord group recently.
Oh, okay, good. Because I know he was trying to. I didn't hear if he actually got.
Yeah, we were discussing what he should ask him.
Oh, okay, cool.
What should we ask?
I must have missed that.
He's going to ask a lot of weird deep lore about shit like that, moon colonies and moons and
Good.
stuff.
Good.
And also
Moon
going to
colonies.
sneak in some Utak references. Because you must.
Because of course he is.
I want to figure out exactly how moon sugar's made.
It's there's actually explanations for it.
No.
It's
refracted
moonlight.
Yeah, but
It falls on the sea and solidifies. It's weird.
That's one way.
I feel like that's mostly
in,
a poetic translation of the
in
process.
ESO, there are actually moon sugar plantations.
Huh.
What are they like?
I mean, they're plantations. You can find some.
Probably grows on cane.
Yeah, it's like a sugar cane. I imagine it's kind of a middle ground, kind of like what Matt's saying. So it's not moonlight specifically, but the thought is that the moonlight gets into the water feeds the sugar cane, and the sugar cane creates the moon sugar.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
There's actually ancient Khajiit technology in ESO that's powered by moonlight.
Yeah.
Like some giant reflectors and shit.
Yeah.
That open portals.
I've seen a couple screenshots of things like that. I'm very interested.
That Stargate in the Elsewhere trailer.
Yeah.
Someone thought that was like a, yeah, they said it was a portal. I thought it might be like a clock.
Yeah, probably it's not a portal to the moons. We're just dreaming high here.
Yeah.
I'll be right back.
All right.
Sigix would say that clocks are portals.
I guess I would.
They're all about that.
Yeah, have you ever noticed that there aren't any clocks in Tamriel?
Oh,
There's one, the Durrani Tower. I know that has like a giant clock on it, counting backwards though.
I've got a grandfather clock in my house right now that I built myself.
How do you think the common people of Tamriel timekeep? There's probably not much of a factor in their lives.
The sun.
Yeah.
Where's the sun out?
They work on a clock. Like they do work on time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Not even in like the. What about in like the big cities, where like timekeeping is really essential for communication, industry, all that?
I don't know about the cities, but I know that there's a journal in ESO where it's a Silt Strider's Caravanner's log, and it specifically goes through at this time. My apprentice did something horrible at this time. Like it's really funny if you haven't read it. So they've got to use some standard form.
Yeah, of timekeeping.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe like a charge crystal that slowly you can track the rate at which the energy dissipates
sundials?
or something. Yeah, sundials always. Sundials are the easiest, probably.
Mm-hmm.
I'm back.
Welcome.
Probably. Silence of Alton posted his Amaranth and Kinch theory on Tesla.
What are the highlights from that?
He sees them as he associates them with tonal magic.
I like tonal magic. How so? What's the
I'm
association?
briefly looking at it here.
Okay.
Tones and waves. He sees the tree as tonal magic, yes. He interprets it as one big wave or song. Yeah, it goes on in depth about how it relates to tonal magic and music, which I like.
Tonal magic's really impressive. It's very structured.
There's a lot of cool tonal lore in ESO.
Can you read sheet music?
In ESO?
In general?
No.
Okay. I feel like that's similar to tonal architecture. At least how they would comprise their artifices and whatever word.
I like seeing explanations of how Amaranth and the dreams work, because if not, people just have really stupid ideas about it.
Yeah.
There's a joke graph. I'm going to show you guys. Where is it? I know it's here somewhere.
Oh no. What?
I just need to search for it, and I'll find it soon enough. Ah, here it is. Yeah, there's parts of the lore that are very complicated, and some people would rather not go there because it's hard to explain to a newcomer. But if you don't explain things like the dream, the amaranth, how the universe works for people, they're going to start thinking it works like this.
Yeah.
I posted an image.
I can't see where they're being posted.
On the group chat on the right.
On the right. Yeah.
EMG, fire them. This is a joke chart. Some people legit think it works like that.
Huh.
You don't though.
Well, people make up theories for anything.
I have nothing. We're like 2 hours here.
Mm-hmm. Just about.
Awesome.
Yeah, I have nothing more I have to say.
Yeah, I don't think I have anything.
Andrew.
Yo.
I don't think this stream is going anywhere.
You don't think what? Going anywhere?
The chat for tonight. Right now.
Alright. Well,
yeah, we're like at 2 hours in.
Yeah. Well, I guess I'll kill it.
We tried.
Yeah.
No, that's 2 hours. That's a good 2 hours.
Bye, internet.
Bye.